Themselves with winning records. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We knew we were in store for some crazy blitz packages from this defense, and already one play in, and that linebacker gets home for the sack. Critical now for this offense to identify what you're seeing and for this defense to continue to frustrate and get after the quarterback. This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Third and long for him here. That heater is going to fall to the turf.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Running right, it's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Play action on first down. That's caught. It's Breece Hall.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke. Take it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Back to throw. Wilson's got it. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Eagles will take possession. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, Hurts. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Now Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throwing for Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Barkley's got it.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it. You never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Now first run of the game, Zamir White. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 29. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that takes them to third down. They'll throw it. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hall takes it straight ahead. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Jalen Carter. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Hall once more. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good enough for a New York first down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles go up 10-zip here at the first. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here comes the New York offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll start this one out with Hall. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a throw. On target to Downs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. 3rd and just 2 to go. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they're left with 4th and short.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
He breaks the tackle. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Hits his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pressure coming, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 15. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Hurts to throw. Holding left side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. Give him 9 yards there, partner. A strong gain, and now a much more manageable 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
On 4th down, Hurts. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on. And turns out, handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing on.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts setting up to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And this one is center chance. Couldn't have hit that much better.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets offense now set to take over. They trail 13-0 here as they go in search of their opening score. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They go play action here. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10, it's a give to White. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 46, he's on the move. Now he takes it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. Hall running between the tackles. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 5. They'll try and throw it here. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. They've got 1st down from the 31. Right up the gut. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Jordan Fuller getting there for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 36. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The Jets take their 1st time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Braden Mann out once more for another punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he gets him around 6 there. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. 2nd and 4. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Hall there to haul it in. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. They'll punt it away again. Bradley Pinion headed back out. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be their football. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ball on the 45. 1st and 10. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Big play. Do this. All right, let's spread the ball around there.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the pistol, Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the left hash, this is from 47. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia. And the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, where it was the Texans who picked up the victory at home. A field goal was the difference. 27-24, the final. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Bryce Young, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Fielded at the 7. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the 1st half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. They've got 1st down from the 31. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
From the 35 on 2nd down. That pass complete to Goddard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here.
False start.
So the penalty is going to back him up 5, and in all likelihood, they need to come up with a new play call for 3rd down. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's throwing deep to the left side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And it's 4th down. The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. The Jets out to begin another drive. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They start the half with a give to Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And the Eagles get to it. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On first down, Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? They're going play action. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
These scouts in the NFL, man, they scour the country, right? Coast to coast. You know what they're looking for with defensive players? They are looking for game wreckers. And that is exactly what this defender has done. He has wrecked this offense with back-to-back sacks.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And their lead will remain at 13.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Jets have their offense ready to go again. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. The drive starts with a carry by White. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Sideline throw reeled in by Downs. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 2nd and 3 now. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They go right back to Hall. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Pass play coming here. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. He'll look to throw. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
White on first and goal. Is in for the New York touchdown. The Jets shrinking the lead some in the third. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They still have the lead, but that touchdown makes it a little close for comfort. So this drive a chance to get it back up to a 2-score game. They'll run here on first down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Across midfield to the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Man in motion here. First down throwing for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Keep them guessing, offense!
Trying again following the sack. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he's got it. They get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call throwing it for two. That risk pays off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Jets and a running back, Zamir White, returning to the field. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The give now to White. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. Called in by Downs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Throwing from the gun here. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Into the hands of Likely. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Jets now within 1 score in the 4th. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jets chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
We're on here with Will Shipley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Now Hurts. Into traffic, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that means 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. Hurts now from the gun. Stays in the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Hurts looking to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get on it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's 16 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Throwing from the gun. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. That's caught. Here's Zamir White. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. Running in the red zone. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. He fields it from the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. Handoff to the back. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles only up by a few. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. Crosses midfield, still going. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. They are now set for 1st and 10. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock. We're not included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
Again, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you can count because you know more often than not it'll be like this. A one-possession game. It's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.